Hi, Earth people. I am Chinghiz together with you. Today, July 25th, 2022. Maybe quality not so good. Each time was. Despite all that, Chinghiz live online. Despite all barriers, etc. And I will start from Ukraine. Because again about that, and we will repeatedly say about that again. We shall until Hitler Putin, we will stop it finally. And of course, he, she, and Hitler Putin and should stand or kneel it. These more correct words for International Criminal Court. Last info, Ukraine is war in Putin and genocidal war by Hitler Putin in Ukraine, in Europe, European countries, NATO, United States, means NATO, G7, acting not enough for truly and fully stand with Ukraine and Ukrainian people as reality demand. Why this continue happening? Why this happening? EU declare will do this, Britain same, okay? Britain same, United States of America have all green card, full support from Congress, Lend-Lease, money, all have. But today, not yet. They are genocidal war. United States of America, Britain, EU, NATO, and you decided and backed by all your nations, people fully backing you, have needed decisions. For example, United States, and not yet. Putin doing what? Genocidal. Putin doing his genocidal war. Which form? You know what in English is called? Step by step. One case, in this time he will do that, after that he will do that. Or Ukrainian people fighting Hitler Putin, same forum. They are genocidal war. We've seen how Hitler Putin rockets, mainly heavy rockets, military jets, doing the genocide. killing children. They targeted residential areas mainly 17,000 times. Hitler Putin targeted residential areas, civil areas, and approximately 300 times military. 17,000. They are already genocide after genocide. If you will take concrete local regions, Bucha, Mariupol, Vinnytsia, you can add, because this action of genocide. In Kramatorsk, and others. Hitler Putin using all his force, ability, and their genocide, their war crime, their thousands civilians died and dying. United States of America, how you can call you stand with Ukraine, NATO, Britain? I'm talking based on facts. 6 senators, I think 6 senators of United States, bipartisan, writing a letter directly to Defense Secretary Austin, directly, because they may be tired writing letter to Jake Sullivan. And they ask him, hey, what matter? What's happening? You have $40 billion in Ukraine case. 20 billion of them direct to military, money for military aid. You have Lend-Lease, and you only sending to Ukraine approximately 3.5 billion. 20 billion and 3.5 billion. If this not this fact checks, if not these figures, if we will only watch and listen them, Joe Biden particular, because Jake Sullivan and others, they're doing very bold, very unwavering, unwavering. Just call it unwavering. How this White House can say, hey, we helping Ukraine in Russian poetapno, in Russian. What this means? Their full-scale war, invasion, intervention, their genocide, again, I saying that each day there dies civilians, children, and you sending, when you have all green cards, you sending, hey, this one, no, maybe next time, maybe. Why this happening, United States of America? What's your problem? What's your problem? Leader country. You decide to send the HIMARS, miners, artillery, howitzers, NASAMS, very needed, and more. There should be more. There should be including F-16, F-18, as the senators writing their letter. Fourth generation of military jets, F-16, F-18. Already, because Hitler, Putin, using all this apparatus, this seems, truly, this seems, you, United States and NATO, given this opportunity to Hitler, Putin, and Hitler, Putin using full scale this advance, when Ukraine not have air defense system, not have these HIMARS enough quantity. This is laughing. They are 5, 10, laughing. If you try to show that you boldly, unwavering supporting Ukraine. Why they are not 100? What's your problem? Why not 100? Why 10, 15? Same about NASA, same about others. Patriot system needed for cover Ukraine area. NASA is not enough for cover Ukraine area. Can, if enough quantity, dozens of dozens. Or maybe dozen Patriot will enough. Same position show Britain. Boris Johnson, whoa, same position. Or not. And they call that what you talking? What about? They are land lease, they have money, they have all laws backed by people and your lawmakers, parliament, Congress, and they station very urgently in Ukraine. Joe Biden, why are you doing this mistake, Joe Biden? Or Britain authority. Very good words, but in practice we're seeing few, need there dozens, few, and we're doing this, these are enough. Stop that, stop that. Do what situation needed in Ukraine. Urgently, all should there. And so pathetic position. If railway will block it through Lithuania, what? There, history Putin attacking your European ally, European country, Ukraine, who fighting for you, and everybody of you understand that in front line, and you even can't implement sanctions. And how Hitler Putin using that, your pathetic, covert position. Agreed about grain, Erdogan, blah, blah. They, their kitchen very good know which tricks, method they're using. Same about Orban. Agreed in Iran, even this Gandon Putin visited there with her unitas, опиздевшая жопа, чтобы сокрыть. And signed this grain agreement. And immediately Putin ordered bombardment Odessa port, a main city, main port for supply this grain, Ukraine grain to world through Black Sea, Turkey and others. Putin using all these advances, all these advances which you giving him, her. And he will bombardment and maybe this. And we say, hey, no, what's your problem? Hey, go, take grain, again do something again. And planning. Use all advance which you giving Putin. Well, today, Ukraine tried stop and remove this Hitler Putin troops from his sovereign land. And we should truly, fully help Ukraine, but you're failing. And Ukraine should free his land, this Ukrainian territory, the fundamental world international norm and law. And what in America, in political sphere, or in Europe, in Germany, in France, in Italy, what they are happening? No sending enough troops, giving Hitler Putin advance. Same time pushing Ukraine, agree, ceasefire, misfire, means same thing, but now with more territory under fascist Russia, not only Lugansk and Donetsk region. Kherson, Merson, it is. This happening again in United States. This happening in Europe. When this happening, when Ukraine should start remove Hitler Putin and can, for that needed enough weapons, which you fail and give Ukraine, and same time pushing Ukraine for agreement. Why you continue help Putin? Look at this Gandon. I will use this word because that's true. True, this they are not country leader. They are not some ethics norm. They are not some human norm. No, they are only evil, satanic, corrupt position of German establishment, Italy establishment. Same about France, Austria, about Hungary. We all know. Look at this show, the Gandom. Continue help Putin. And entirely EU continue, as I say, and they additional another fact have in this case, hidden for behind scene, they continue appeasement of Putin, which Hitler Putin already undeniable. He already did several war crimes against humanity, several. Ukraine. And this civilized world, democracy, human rights, they are actually doing all that. Just as laughing, but actually not very corrupt and very evil Gandon blood. Because Putin, Schroeder, they continue, they all remain in place and they acting. Trump in United States, Orban in Hungary, Berlusconi in Italy, Scholz, Schroeder, Merkel in Germany, in France, same. How semi, half of measures, Macron, and fully belonging Le Pen. This all true. And you even not yet last info, United States of America, Department of Justice, Treasury Department, why you not yet not start sanctions Putin, herself and her oligarchs? What's your problem? This fact is the United States not in EU some sanctions, in Britain some sanctions have, but United States failing. Why failing? And again, return to this alarming, this blockbuster should be as fact. 20 billion money already approved, have lend lease, and from 20 billion, only 3.5 billion. And they are alarmed, they are genocide, they are in Ukraine, all that. Why Joe Biden doing that? Why Austin operation this White House as militaries, He, Milley, chief of staff. Why they no operation White House? Hey, this wrong. Why they not saying that? This wrong. Joe Biden, this should be changed. We should act truly unwavering firm and urgently because situation urgently. America. Look at these killed children in Ukraine. Look. Not only look at Uvalde school, but even in Uvalde case, you're failing United States of America. I said again, repeating again, wait another children massacre in United States of America because you're failing to take control on gun violence. And Ukraine, this actually same thing, how evil acting. This actually same thing. They are not arguing this, what they will say. For example, well, Joe Biden or this Jake Sullivan, ask him what he will say. As Kissinger will blah blah. If so, who? Sullivan. And why he remained Joe Biden National Security Advisor? Situation we should demanding, and we should stand with Ukraine. This very faithful moment, our days. There should be no less than 100 HIMARS. There should be dozen NASAMS. There should be already F-16, F-18, and other Howitzer artilleries. There should be drones, okay, as predators. This for drones. Send that already. And same I call Britain. Less blah blah and do more. If you will look how many weapons you send, needed weapon, about HIMARS, about air defense system, about military jets, about others, Britain. How many? About Germany, I already said. This Gandon laughing, but actually not actually because Schroeder demand shows did another delay of air defense system to Ukraine. There was few, not really helpful, but not so much, not will change situation. But even this, Germany refusing to. Several times this repeated. They announcing, hooray, Germany finally take action, will supply. And last time, again shows delaying. They several times repeated this situation. Why should doing that? This war in Europe against West, against NATO, and Ukraine fighting front line, and you decide to stand with Ukraine, supplying needed weapon, and this backed by people and by lawmakers, by your parliament and Congress, is fully green lighted. There enough money for that was given to you. Do that without delay. No do evil style, satanic style mistake. No do that. No other words. They are this purely evil, evil. They are no argue. While you're refusing fully stand with Ukraine. And this blah blah about in Financial Times, the shameful this who writing this. And Ukraine will sell these weapons back to EU, even other countries, as arm trafficking. This all Hitler Putin. All Hitler Putin, so obvious. They're torpedoing, they're attacking, try to destroy the supply. And they act in this form. And will increase. Who they will know. Who will back our days Hitler? They back him. Trump in America, Scholz in Germany, then Scholz, Schroeder, Merkel, and Co. In France, same. Italy, also in Hungary, already openly, no need secretly, hidden forum. And no action against Orban, no action against about Erdogan. You will know, as I promise you. In Turkey, election coming. You think only they in Tehran discuss it, this gray marine, and result of that we seeing. Not. I previously said, and this about what I now will say, months ago when first info was EU, I was long time fighting for EU, for keep EU, for and was said as good, very in practice case, very good example how EU coming as union, they are different countries coming together, you know, it is the right way, peace way, there should be integrity as one team, and they fighting for justice, for human rights, boldly against who violating international normal law, who doing crimes, including war crimes. For me, EU was that organization which boldly, very strong position have on these cases. But today we're seeing how EU, in Putin case, they long time was appeasing Putin. We was demanding and we was ignored by them, fully ignored. They blah blah anyway, anyway. This Merkel, this behind Merkel, Schroeder in Italy, same, and more. Appeasement of Putin again. And each time we saying, hey, white is white, black is black. You can't say to white black. They say no, they will do that. This not politically, this economical project. Putin trustworthy partner. Now you're seeing that, all that. But if you do mistake, you shall say that. They are only words, sorry, Mori, oh so sorry, was wrong. We think we also as Bush, George W. Bush, watching to this Hitler Putin eyes and seeing their Adolf Hitler but in human face. Yes. Was Adolf Hitler now? Adolf Hitler but now. Yeah, good one. Fighting for international law, norm for human rights, democracy. Means that. after Beslan, children killer, after genocide in Chechnya, after Georgia invasion, after Ukraine occupation of Crimea and Eastern region, in Syria genocide. Anyway, and when this happening, some of you say this was wrong, so sorry, we apologize, and nothing. And same time they continue hidden forum about Germany. I already said, and not only Germany. Hidden forum try again anyway, try help Hitler, Putin. Hidden forum. But in public, they say this was mistake. We together as NATO ally, one team, boldly we will unwavering support Ukraine. We'll do that all. When not yet. And they each day Hitler, Putin doing children massacre. And appeasement of Putin. You say this wrong. This was wrong. And immediately you're repeating this mistake in another dictator case. Criminal dictator. İlham Aliyev of Azerbaijan. EU, European Union. What your problem? What your problem? Well, same question to United States, to EU. What your problems? You know needed in Azerbaijan gas. This lie when you saying you very needed. This so lie and so climate crisis demanding go clean energy. There already should be enough cut of gas. Same plan about this plan plenty time I said, and especially scientists saying that too. Parallel from you starting to that, starting phase out from fossil fuel, including gas. But it's not happening. It's not happening. Nothing there, zero. This is not satanic, not evil. Climate crisis already killing your people. Their life no matter. Why you in zero position to when should be emergency action on climate case? But instead of that, do that, you even go to Africa. Maybe there you will find some fossil fuel. You decide to create this LNG terminals, searching for additional gas. Why? We know because Russia. But we are there when we have all opportunity, despite for years when we demanding, hey, we have opportunity to go clean energy. You say, yeah, we will do. We have green deal, green plan, but you failing. And now you say, hey, we don't have another. We should go to gas, to coal even. Another your devastating mistake. They are which cost of human lives. So EU country citizens' lives. Hundreds in start position. They will 1,000, 10,000. They will more. And you refusing all that and you think your position is as blackmail, winter coming, we should do that. Do, but where your plan? Where your plan? Where your green deal? Where your solar and wind? Where? And you choose come to another trustworthy from Putin to Ilham Aliyev, and you call both them trustworthy. After Hitler, Putin, you see his face, Hitler, Putin, nowadays Hitler, you now calling Ilham Aliyev trustworthy, trusted person, who did Tartar massacre, who ordered kill investigative journalists, including Daphne, who did another crimes, who cracked down in Azerbaijan all democratic norms, opposition parties, media, all under full control. They are not free media. And against me, this using and will increase Ursula von der Leyen from Germany. How you can call Ilham Aliyev trustworthy? How? On what your this position based, Ursula? And we are European Parliament. You will approve? We will. When you, for me, there already should be European Parliament. There should be revolution. This commission maybe should be replaced. This, team of commissions. Timmermans, Ursula von der Leyen, there are others. They should be already replaced because they failed, and we see their true face. They're liars. They're corrupted persons. They're corruption. They're corruption. Because Ilham Aliyev. How Ilham Aliyev buy European Parliament and passe and other countries in Germany, in France, in Italy, in Britain. Politicians. This worker, their corruption. I saying that. And immediately, oh, sorry, they was wrong. They was wrong. And Hitler put in case, and immediately, we find another. Ilham Aliyev, oh, trustworthy, good eyes, oh, so shameful, Ursula, shameful. And they treating me, they will increase pressure on me because you green lighting. He said, but it's not only about me, about people, I said. Will increase. What you will say? Ursula, shame on you. What you will say? We don't know how you liars. Oh! And if we even not need it in your words, what you will say, when you will know another your devastating mistake now in Ilham Aliyev case. European Parliament can change this situation. This as hope, So so devastatingly wrong thing happening. In Ukraine case, in Azerbaijan case, and European Parliament can change that. Part of gas you replace by clean energy. Not fully replace all Russian gas by gas from other countries. Not do this mistake. Enough part of this gas from Russia you should replace by clean energy, solar and wind. And you have full opportunity, solution, money, specialist, program of that. Do that. Reject this clean energy deal with Azerbaijan. And same time, Malev crimes. There was two series film, documented film. Two series. Already all Europe and world knew that in many languages it is translated. Caviar policy and all documented. And they are killings. They are in Azerbaijan, European Union, United States of America. In Europe, you know what means Tartar massacre? 1,300 approximately, plus minus very near, was arrested and tortured. 1,300. Dozens of them was killed by under torture. More than dozen was disabled under torture. And this all by Ilham Aliyev order. Azerbaijan, European country. Yes, of course. But why you try ignore? What your problem? Why you try ignore this Tartar massacre? As you ignoring Hitler Putin massacres, genocide, same mistake you doing in Ilham Aliyev case. And there again killings. Elmar Hüseyinov, Daphne Caruana Galizia, Bayram Mammadov, and others have. Rasim Aliyev, Rafik Taghi, which was killed by Ilham Aliyev, who was, as public, not officially, investigate this and do this fact public, reveal it, Tartar massacre. Oktay Gülaliyev. Now he's in coma, he has already he died. This Ilham Aliyev. And Ilham Aliyev trustworthy, good one. And against me doing that, before this sign this agreement, I was attacked by chemicals. After that, Ursula coming to Baku and saying, Ilham Aliyev, good one. After that, Ilham Aliyev increased his attacks against me. That undeniable, thanks to Ursula von der Leyen from Germany. This was not enough when they was punished me, when Germany was reunited. How they was punishing me. I will say that because I won't spit on your face. or the German political establishment who did that and continue to do that, who participated in that. And now fully ignore my deportation from Germany, denying me now this, and coming saying same words about Putin and now about Ilham Aliyev. When Ilham Aliyev fully belonged to Putin. And of course, these evils of EU and Germany will, and Italy, the Berlusconi, Salvini, etc., will deny that. Ilham Aliyev fully belong to Hitler, Putin. Even this gas from Shakhtani's, Ursula von der Leyen, you don't know about that? If so, how you can be president of EU? Shakhtani's enough part of the Shakhtani's belong to Russian oil company, Lukoil, which increased his participation on the Shakhtani's just before Hitler Putin invaded Ukraine, before February 24. You don't know that, Ursula. This money you will give to Ilham Aliyev also anyway will go to Hitler Putin. This fact check about that. We're battling for stop financing Hitler Putin genocidal war. Ursula von der Leyen coming and signing hidden forum agreement, which enough part of this money will go as acts to Hitler Putin genocidal war as finance money. This fact, what I say, this already the public have these facts. Why this happening? Why? What's your problem, EU? What your problem, EU? What your problem? Ilham Aliyev do these crimes by your politicians, even no sanctions. Ilham Aliyev do Tartar massacre, no sanctions. Ilham Aliyev doing attack against me, no sanctions. Attack against civil societies and opposition leaders and the activists, no sanctions. Against ordered killing Daphne Caruana Galizia, no true investigation, no sanctions. Against about Pilatus ban, their multi-million dollar money tricks, money laundering, again, no sanctions. Panama Papers say, Paradise Papers say, again, others you can, because maybe even not important cases, you can sanction somebody. But you have to do so much crimes and continue to. I call EU act. You can act. No, do this mistake. Another devastating mistake. Believe me, this devastating mistake can very seriously affect EU. When this will happen, will too late. And so we're talking about international law and norm, about law, about integrity. Ilham Aliyev, one of most corrupted and continue be, and doing his tyranny against me, against Azerbaijan people. and shameful Ursula von der Leyen coming to here and saying, good man, trustworthy, same words what they said about Putin. Why they doing this intentionally, doing this wrong, intentionally. Means for them this no wrong. They are corruption. I never said words for nothing. They are corruption. EU, EU Parliament. And say about United States of America, about Britain. Stop that. EU Parliament should act, should reject this unacceptable position of EU Commission. Is Roberta Metsola, President of EU Parliament. She very true position, given to us hope. I will strongly back this position. If Roberta not will change her this very needed, this can be crucial even for finally act against Ilham Aliyev tyranny. Stop this appeasement. Roberta Metsola, quote her words, I don't want to go from one unreliable partner to another. Very important position. Therefore, I call you reject this gas deal agreement with Azerbaijan, EU Parliament, and replace this by go clean energy. This will be very symbolic, very important, and will show to all world how EU in practice start fight climate crisis, start phase out from fossil fuel. Listen about climate crisis. Guterres, Secretary General, nothing. Maybe nothing. Maybe why will we mention United Nations Secretary General? Huh? Guterres told ministers from 40 countries on Monday, half of humanity is in the danger zone from floods, droughts, extreme storms, and wildfires. No nation is immune. Yet we continue to feed our fossil fuel addiction. Humanity faces collective suicide over climate crisis, warns United Chief. United Nations Chief position should be very important and can't ignore United Nations Chief position. EU, United States, G7, G20. Practice it truly, not by words. But today we know United Nations will come to this, position as, as paralyzed. Your continuation of mistake wrong after mistake wrong. Reveal it. Oil sector staggering. $3 billion a day profit for last 50 years. Why? They take trillions. People dying already. Country, your economy affecting already. All bad, all very bad. And your fossil fuels taking trillions. You're refusing act. Vast sums provide power to buy every politician and delay action on climate crisis, say expert. And that's true. I'm talking about that. Their corruption. Their corruption. Their corruption. And EU, they have prosecutor, independent institution. Start investigate Ursula von der Leyen, Timmermans, other commissioners. For what you waiting? How are you failing act in Malta case, Daphne Caruana Galizia case? Truly investigate or pressure Malta and participate on this investigation. İlham Aliyev Muscat ordered Daphne Caruana Galizia assassination. After plenty of time, I demanding and others demanding, now Pilates Bank head chief arrested Ali Sadr Ahmadinejad. And what? There should be, truly full investigation. EU Parliament can be helpful in this case, and Roberta Metsola from Malta. European Parliament can be helpful on Daphne Caruana Galizia assassination case investigation. And sanctions against İlham Aliyev, Mehriban Aliyeva. Mehriban Aliyeva not only wife of İlham Aliyev, Mehriban Aliyeva official, and participate on this, all these crimes with what did and doing İlham Aliyev. İlham Aliyev, Mehriban Aliyeva is both participated. And their crimes, particularly Mehriban Aliyeva and İlham Aliyev, of course, the same. In Montenegro, no forget Montenegro. But I already several times called for that, but there nothing happening. I call this chief prosecutor institution, unit of European Union, start investigate İlham Aliyev family, İlham Aliyev wife and Azerbaijan official vice president. And there are enough facts. In Azerbaijan, in EU, in Brussels, means in Malta, in Italy. You can stop that. Kaveci, chief prosecutor. I call you, start to that. After your appointment, I know listen about you, Kaveci. I strongly back you, your candidate. But where are you? In Malta happening this such thing, your voice no hearing. İlham Aliyev doing so much crimes in EU, your voice no hearing. Kaveci. And European Parliament can start sanctions İlham Aliyev and Mehriban Aliyeva. I know their initiative, but I call European Parliament full their action. There are several parties. I call all of you united and act for stop. Finally, sanctions İlham Aliyev for stop him. No do same mistake which you did on Putin case, Hitler Putin case. Stop İlham Aliyev now, not afraid. Do that immediately. İlham Aliyev now weaker than every time before when Hitler Putin was powerful. Use that. In my case too, use that. Not afraid. There are no risk, no means. All this was lie. They deported me after that, say they can't act because it's risky. They take obligation. As you know, how this evil, satanic. Start act in my case too. İlham Aliyev, not İlham Aliyev arrested me. İlham Aliyev arrested me by Putin order. Of course, İlham Aliyev arrested me, but this not was İlham Aliyev sole action. This Putin order, İlham Aliyev arrested me in September 2020 because Trump, because election United States. They put me again in Pshushka, which they did plenty time when I was fighting evil empire, was fighting together with nations around. I was work, particularly Eastern Europe and Soviet Union republics. This Trump, Putin, and İlham Aliyev. But today he can't. And against Azerbaijan people, Azerbaijan, European country. Their border closed. Why? They are not COVID. They are not COVID. This is another lie. İlham Aliyev closed border as Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan, no European country. You know, dictatorship from start. Niyazi Berdimuhamedov, now his son, same. They are nothing. No women right, no human right, no women rights. Closed as North Korea, plus minus. Isolated, closed country. And now İlham Aliyev closed the border and European Parliament and EU even saying, hey, hurrah, trustworthy, EU member. Where here, democracy, human rights. İlham Aliyev wants for his behalf, his authority behalf. He think somebody advised him, close this land border, this air border open. Land border and sea border closed. Fully. Azerbaijan now is isolated. If I want leave Azerbaijan, for example, to Georgia or to other country, I can't because border closed. I only can by airplane, but most expensive tickets in world. This İlham Aliyev Azal, official Azerbaijan air company. In world. And EU continue applaud İlham Aliyev. Shameful come to here, sign it with cheer, with smile. Oh, so good, sign it, this guy's deal. Shame on you, Ursula. And again, I call Kavechi, start investigation. I call European Parliament, start act. Reject this deal with Azerbaijan and sanctioned Ilham Aliyev and his wife Mehriban Aliyeva and other officials. This Azerbaijan Interior Minister, Vilayet Eyvazov, this Azerbaijan former KGB DTX chief, Ali Nagiyev, and others. Baylar Ayyubov, Ilham Aliyev right hand, start sanctions. Magnitsky Act, very needed. And their police, their justices. Tyranny, dictatorship. How evil. You know, who helped Ilham Aliyev against me? European Union and European Union Parliament. This should be matter. Against me, continue using system terror and torture before your very eyes, each second, thousands means totally, no less than 100 in Banke each second, which changing each 10 minutes, fully equipped by banned weapons, sonic weapon, electronic weapon, and very high-tech devices, top secret high-tech devices, highest level of high-tech than NSO Pegasus. But one of even first place leader using Pegasus was Ilham Aliyev. 10 of millions, 10 over 10 dozen of millions dollars he do payment to NSO. NSO means, of course, Israel Mossad. Undoubtful, undeniable. But in my case, this continue, Mossad continue help Ilham Aliyev by Putin agreement, means these three axes, satanic axis, okay? Hitler, Putin, Ilham Aliyev, Israel apartheid regime, Mossad, against me using this system, terror and torture. You will deny that. You will ignore these facts. If so, why? What your problem? I say, what your problem? This system which ruled the world, satanic, evil system, financial system, very dark, corrupt, and they lobby scams, they donations, they big banks, and then last fact I revealed, these big three of world, which all, Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. How this was allowed and why? Where monopoly, where rule of law, where? Why you allowed this three country come rule world? This today's Rothschild and Co. today mask, this three one. I know that exactly who ruled the world. They mask today this BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street, who own 96% of US company, S&P 500. 96%. of them. $23 trillion they have, more than United States annual GDP. Why this was allowed? Where rule of law? Where regulation? Where? And they by their schemes, by their lobbies, by their laundering, by their all what were possible, by their donations, influencing this political establishment. Therefore, station coming to that absurdity. They continue help Hitler Putin now in this forum, giving Hitler Putin advance, Putin using that, at the same time pressure on Ukraine, President Zelensky and team, a peace deal, and about Ilham Aliyev this, about other case other, about Trump case this. They're refusing. Not yet, Department of Justice refused start indict Trump and co. When already plenty fact check of treason which did Trump. Trump was directed this coup attempt, directed. Was resist act for stop the insurrections because coup was ongoing. He was resisting and watching how this will happen. When he understand they failed, he after that only come and some blah blah say. They already happening killing. They are happening so devastating attack against Vice President Pence too. Their Secret Service, the text where you find this FBI two employees when they deleted before Mapena, they deleted the yes. Maybe they understand how they will attack it because they position political. You know? But you find they text. And Secret Service of Trump, not you find. They refuse reveal this text. Only one text they reveal it. Promise will do, but they refuse. They today continue do their tricks, continue help Trump. And Trump is Hitler Putin Trump. This no change because you not touch it Hitler Putin structure into United States. Therefore, Trump continue show his same position anyway in any chance if he will have if he have any chance he backing Hitler Putin. Same doing Orban of Hungary. Same doing others. Why we allow that? They're attacking your country, United States. In 2016 election, in 2020 was coup attempt. They Hitler, Putin, and Trump. Department of Justice failing act. Why this Merrick Garland still Attorney General? Why you putting United States under so devastating danger, Joe Biden? What I'm talking, all based on facts, all based on facts. And Israel apartheid regime. United States denied that. Joe Biden visiting Israel, even visiting Palestinian side and There are no demands which did Obama and Obama State Secretary John Kerry. Nothing. The apartheid. 78, Joe Biden and Anthony Blinken and Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. 78 children was killed by Israel authority. Children killed by Israel authority last year. They attacked more. They tried denying this fact. 78 children by United States ally was killed not in some, intentionally killed, intentionally. My English not so good, but this correct word, intentionally killed 78 children and continue kill the children today in 2022. Already dozens of children was intentionally killed by Israel Defense Force, IDF. And how long this can continue? United States of America, if you want be leader country. This directly destroy your country, national security. This crime position, back it, war crime, who continue to do these war crimes, and Israel authority continue to do war crimes, did several, and back at this also should be war crimes. For me, that this should be that. And why United States doing that? Which reason? Which reason? Which reason? Are talking about attack Israel? Are talking about attack Israel people? Are talking about stop this apartheid regime of Israel? Why you ignoring that? Which reason? United States of America. This Masafer Yatta watched this video, short video, approximately 10 minutes. This history, how they repeatedly, they in their land, in West Bank, in their land, Palestinians, starting from Ariel Sharon, when was agriculture minister, starting destroy their villages. Palestinians again return their land, return, try creating again some, even not home, not house, even not building there normally, because not have money, not have, because all they controlled by Israel apartheid regime, and there no financing, no financing, no helping, there no social program, no nothing, no schools, no schools. They create for their money, for some form of small quantity of money, because donations. They created building and schools, and immediately after that, again, IDF coming and destroying the schools, these homes, their children, their Palestinian people. And Joe Biden, no human beings. Why you back it? Israel apartheid regime, United States of America and EU. Where your decision, EU? Why you not declare Israel authority to this apartheid regime? This should be EU, other European countries worldwide, African, Asian, all worldwide, Americans, South American should recognize Israel authority as apartheid regime without delay, without delay. Cruciality of that is crucial for our fight for stop this apartheid regime. This is crucial. We recognizing them as apartheid regime and starting fight. Do that. Do that. No fail. No wait. Now look at Brazil. Brazil, Bolsonaro think Brazilian people stupid, moral. You know, I know I said that to you is Brazilian people. They have concrete system for take advance on election. Will use. They belong to Hitler Putin too. And he will continue help Erdogan in Turkey, Bolsonaro in Brazil and others, as he did help it Orban in Hungary. And he tried help Trump in 2020, in 2016, and planning intervene in American election too, again, because Hitler Putin have opportunity to do it. And Bolsonaro position as he disagreed with existing Brazilian election system and law, this trick. He will fully use this election system opportunity which will give him, if they will allow it, use this corrupt system on election campaign time and election day. There should be, as Aldo Moro, someone for stop intervention election system by Hitler, Putin, and Bolsonaro. Their name in scheme should be maybe not Hitler, Putin name, other name, but will be same scheme. Their Trump, Bannon, their Cummings, their Farage, their Le Pen, their Schroeder. Yes, seriously, their Berlusconi, their Orban, their stop that. This trick from Bolsonaro. I'll call you prosecutors and election officials and particular Brazilian lawmakers and particular Brazilian people. Take control integrity on election system. No be fooled by Bolsonaro. I say. And Uber Files, International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, The Guardian, and many others team. Their last report about Uber Files, and they show how system corrupt. Another fact check. Paradise Papers show that. Pandora Papers show that. In Pandora Papers, again, main figure was Ilham Aliyev. Main figure who more money laundered. in Pandora Papers. İlham Aliyev. There are importance of Pandora Papers. They're mainly head of state and government. Laundering money, and there no cost, no accountability. Even opposite happening. Ursula von der Leyen come in, say, İlham Aliyev, you good man, we can trust on you, trustworthy man. Because 700 billion, approximately 1 billion in short case in Britain, in London, only in London city, properties of İlham Aliyev, all illegal. Pandora paper reveal how İlham Aliyev, how much money he laundered. And then Uber files. This company, what he did, what he want, he did. Because everywhere, green light, because system, this satanic, evil system ruled world, fully corrupt, fully dark. And Uber, part of that, and using this opportunity, as others corporations. This system controlled by Rothschild and Co. And they today's mask, Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street, and Uber, part of that. If you watch who own Uber share, but anyway, Uber part of that, using this system. He buying politicians, he avoiding tax payment, he doing tricks, all green light, all green light. Even Macron was endorse it, back it, this Uber. And say, if we need it, we'll do again. Why, Macron? You think you're so clever? Their crime, their corruption, and I call French authorities, this who have this authority investigate president. Start to that. I say. Whistleblower of Panama Papers. He called Hitler Putin one of dangerous man, most dangerous. Hitler nowadays, and İlham Aliyev, Hitler Putin truly ally. This I saying repeatedly again and again. And nowadays this continue. Hidden forum. İlham Aliyev even helping Putin avoid sanctions. And this whistleblower in danger. He say he worried about his security. German authority promised him security, but now he afraid, he worried, not afraid, worried. German authority so corrupt. And they can, yes, and I confirm that they can sell this whistleblower to Hitler, Putin, and Co. This whistleblower live under danger in Germany. German authority can't be trusted, particularly in that cases as guarantor of security. Therefore, I call EU countries or United States, other countries who can give this whistleblower truly security. do that without delay. Importance of that, I say. About again for ending, Jacob Borg tweet checklist to make an accurate comparison. Von der Leyen needs to secretly fly to Azerbaijan. Her chief of staff, energy commissioner, need to set up Panama companies geared toward secretly receiving millions. Okay, this fact. Kavesi, chief prosecutor of EU, Kavesi. Reading again. Checklist to make an accurate comparison. Von der Leyen needs to secretly fly to Azerbaijan. Her chief of staff means energy commissioner. Her chief of staff, same time energy commissioner of EU. Need to set up Panama companies geared towards secretly receiving millions. And she needs to be buddies with an Iranian running and Azeri laundromat. Okay, this case to chief prosecutor of EU, Kavesi. And Jacob Borg is replying to tweet from Loving Martha. Loving Martha tweeting. Former Prime Minister Muscat had some choice words after the EU new gas deal with Azerbaijan. İlham Aliyev and Malta ordered Daphne Caruana Galizia assassination. They remain allies because they untouchable. They are not through investigation. And in this case, Daphne Caruana Galizia assassination case, I again calling chief prosecutor of EU, Kavesi, intervene, Kavesi. This is crucial. And there, Peter Omzik, very fact check have about these truths. And there, Maria Yefimova have Platos Bank employee who have knowledge of Platos Bank dual filing system. One official, another known and very corrupt. They are billions of dollars, euro laundered. Transparency International tweeting. Dear von der Leyen, as you move to reduce energy dependence on Russia, Russia's kleptocratic regime, you cannot ignore that. So recently, Azerbaijan ruling elite was exposed as buying influence from European politicians to earn a trustworthy image. Shame on you, Ursula von der Leyen. And again, I call Chief Prosecutor Kavesi. Ido Levin. And this is how the EU, under the quiz of energy security, is not just fueling the climate crisis, but effectively propping up two authoritarian regimes in Baku and in Moscow. Very true. And Ido Levin continue. Why Moscow? Because Russia's state-owned Lukoil oil company, now has a 20% stake in Shah Deniz 2, the source of southern gas corridor that delivering fossil gas to Europe. Speak to shooting one in the leg. Very important fact. And finally, Matthew Caruana Galizia, Daphne Son. Indeed, Russia's Lukoil increased their stake in Azeri gas just days before the invasion of Ukraine. And around the same time, Azerbaijan signed a defense agreement with Russia. That fact check. Chief Prosecutor Kavesi and European Parliament. Hannah Neumann, member of European Parliament. When there is war, we often have to choose between bad options and very bad options. That's a sad reality. Let's not make the old whitewashing mistakes and declare a bad option as a trustworthy one. Azerbaijan is an authoritarian regime with a terrible human rights record. True. International Consortium of Investigative Journalists tweeting. In fallout from Uber files, more than 20 members of the European Parliament signed a letter urging the European Commission to open an investigation into its former Vice President, Neelie Kroes, who went on to become the head of Uber Public Policy Advisory Board. All these schemes working, very corrupt schemes. And about other how corrupt system working. Jody Vittori, FATF, FATF means Anti-Money Laundering International Institution. This FATF, Anti-Money Laundering International Institution, found that United Arab Emirates almost never arrest anyone for money laundering, but now just happens to arrest Khashoggi lawyer, highly suspicious, especially right after President Biden virtual summit. And this reply to downmena.org article. EU name of article. EU immediately released Asim Chafur, former lawyer for Jamal Khashoggi. United Arab Emirates United Arab Emirates security agents have detained United States citizen and Democracy for the Arab World Now board member Asim Chafur. Never did before United Arab Emirates. United Arab Emirates, we know one of few world money laundering hub in world. There was even one arrested for money laundering. And he arrested Khashoggi lawyer. who who these country authorities, United Arab Emirates, very corrupt, evil, and they online doing that, sided with this killer, pathetic one, killer blood, criminal MBS, Mohammed bin Salman. They ally. And why civilized world will allow this old mess, all this injustice, all this evil, where your peaceful weapons, sanctions, Magnitsky Act, this blacklist of FATF, which United Arab Emirates already should be on blacklist, into this blacklist. Jody Vittori continued. There are tons of reports about the sanctuary United Arab Emirates is giving to Russia oligarchs, but they just happen to arrest a human rights lawyer. Helping avoid sanctions, United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia, two of Putin oligarchs, and same time arresting Khashoggi lawyer, human rights lawyer. So unacceptable. EU, United States should act. Enough is enough. And only good news, James Webb Space Telescope. This new image is very fantastic, great job of NASA, European Space Agency, and Canada Space Agency. Fantastic job, truly. And this telescope, we and me too, I took very long time, years, okay? When this project was announced, I was waiting when this will start work. And this image is fantastic, important, and great, especially saying that already Neil deGrasse commenting these other scientists too, commenting, saying about importance of these images. I congratulate you, team of space. Great job. I'm waiting from James Webb Space Telescope another fantastic pictures. Okay, today this. I am Chinghiz together with you, Earth people.